Hello and welcome back to Vinralandia. Last time we built the amazing international Vinralandia Airways that you can get to through the absolutely ridiculous, previously completely unheard of, double helix of doom! Look at that guy. It's crazy. It's just a snaking mess of roads around here. So bad. We also continued to expand Jolly City Central, which is trying very hard. Very, very hard to get more people in, but it's only going to work if the people in the offices can really put their heads together. Not literally, just metaphorically. Literally would be a bit much, and is probably somewhere in the realm of Cultopia's section of interest. A sudden morphing of two heads together. They're going to be like, pfft. First off, how did we do that? Second off, ooh, yeah, it's a god. It's a demigod. Probably from the third realm. And we're going to worship it by sacrificing more goats. To which Ghostburg is going to absolutely flip. That's going to be the last straw. They're going to get a local militia in, and they're just going to let loose all over Cultopia. Just end them with rifles. Which Cultopia is not going to be particularly happy about, because if you think about it, does anyone want to get wrecked by rifles? I don't think so. I haven't asked anyone recently, though. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's not my field of research, really. My field of research, of course, in this city is proper city design, of which I am maybe the worst in the entire city. Look at this. The Knick-Knack Emporium of Magic is legitimately terrible. And I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. Mostly because I'm going to completely ignore the fact that that exists. And we're just going to move on as though nothing ever happened. It'll be brilliant. Man, the Marketopias. Really, the history of any place called Marketopia has been, they did pretty well to begin with, and then everything started going out of business. It's so sad, really. So sad. Okay. Now that we've cleaned up our city a bit, which is always the first thing you have to do when you come in. You have to make sure it's nicely cleaned. We need to figure out what in the heck we're doing this session. Because last time we set up metro rails for all of the new areas, and we set up the airway. So what else is there? There are buses. That is what we need to deal with right now. Because it is an immediate need of our city, and when it is an immediate need of our city, we must deal with it. Let's see. So right now we've got the Cultist line in its brilliant red. We've got the Ghostburg line in its nice, very pale and hard to see blue. And we've got some sort of green, the green industrial line. That's what we have, and they all converge right here. Oh wait, we have another one. What is this? Oh, some sort of beige Branburg line. And they all converge right next to the University of Spherity in the Boss Depot Central. So what we need to do is start getting some of these new metropolitan areas their proper bus routes. So let's start with Whittsville. We're going to need the Universal Whittsville Line of University, which is the most ridiculous name I've yet come up with, I think. So we're going to want it to connect to the Branburg line, which I know, it creates a lot of controversy within the city, but it's incredibly necessary that we connect these lines to try to bring people back together. So let's see. We're going to create a new line. Can we create it? Okay, we can create it right off of that stop. And we're going to go down. We need a good aerial view of the situation. And we're going to go down Whittsville and just fill it up with amazing bus stops. Not just lackluster bus stops or iffy bus stops. These are going to be some of the greatest bus stops you have ever seen. One of them is actually made of pure diamond. When asked exactly where the diamond came from, Whittsville refused to put any sort of statement on that, and then the reporter disappeared a few days later. So we're thinking it's probably legitimately sourced diamond for our own good. We've considered that. And who knows? This could bring unimaginable prosperity to the city. Or it could just send it into terrible bankruptcy. There's another one that's made entirely of Limburger cheese. We asked them, and really, they all responded that they'd never heard of a bill to make a bus stop out of Limburger cheese. That was it. They were like, never heard of it. How did this happen? They're completely unaware, and we're completely unaware, because this place is insane. We, of course, have to have one right outside the massive Whittsville Tower of amazingness. And then we complete the line right there. So here we have the Whittsville line. Brilliant, brilliant. That'll connect Whittsville up to Branburg in the bus system. From Branburg, they can take the Branburg Express all the way out to the Boss Depot Central. It'll be brilliant. So let's see. We also need... Is the unnamed land hooked up at all? No! It's been around forever! Like really, literally forever, it's been around, and it's not hooked up. That is beyond my comprehension. So we are going to create another new line, and it's going to be brilliant. It's going to come out of Boss Depot Central, and it's going to go directly to the unnamed lands. Which, as the name... Oh my goodness, that's a terrible bus stop. I accept the punishment, and we shall continue with it. Get over it. Oh god, it's so bad. Okay. Which, as the name implies, as I was going to say, the unnamed lands still remain unnamed. Nobody wants to name them. They don't enjoy naming in the unnamed lands. They prefer everything to just be very vague. So when they're asking for, like, if they need a stapler for their job, they'll be like, pass me that. And the guy will be like, what? Which one? That one. And they'll just keep going on like that, usually for at least 5 minutes before they figure out what each other are talking about. And at that point, they'll be like, I see what you're saying. I got you. It took a little while, but I got you. It's all good. And then they'll get their thing. It's a very inefficient place, but really, it's incredibly necessary to have this sort of system in place so that the people of the unnamed lands can feel good about themselves. Because they're still a bit not so at ease about the fact that their entire district has no name. It's really been, from their inception, the saddest part of their lives. That they live in a place, well, they don't really live, but they work in a place that has no meaningful name. How terrible. Yeah, no, I'm not actually shedding any tears over them because they're ridiculous. Those people, all they do is crunch numbers all day. It's not even really interesting numbers either. It's like one was literally crunching the numbers on exactly how many breadcrumbs you get if you were to break up 3 loaves of bread into breadcrumbs using only 5 minutes of work. No one knows who put that in as a job request, but it was put in there, and it is insane. I don't even know. Okay, so we got the Bat Town line up too. Now we need to get these all colored and named because that's one of the most important parts of a bus line. Let's see. This is the Bat Town bus line, so obviously it needs to be a nice dark black and be the Batspress. Oh god, it's such a bad name. Oh man, it's so bad. The Batspress, or other people may call it the Bat Express, is the Bat Town bus line. Everyone hates it because it's got one of the most ridiculous names out there. But it has to happen. It had to be done. Someone had to do it. So now, let's just give the unnamed lands like a golden color, because I don't even know what color to give it. It's a weird place. There we go. And we'll call this enter. Oh, we can't just put nothing in. I really wanted to put nothing in for the name. That would have been so perfect. Oh, look, a plane. A little pink plane just driving around. How about this? Enter. It's just a blank space. That is the name of the bus station. When people go for the bus line, they'll be like, I want to go to... And the attendant will be like, did you not know where you're going? Or did you want to go to... Really, the unnamed lands in general cause a massive amount of confusion to really everyone who lives there. Okay, what color? There's only one color for Whittsville. Purple. Yes! It's going to be a brilliant purple color. Ridiculous. And we're going to call it the Drank Express. No, I'm not going to do that. That has nothing to do with the city. I just wanted to say purple drank. Okay, let's move on. It's going to be the Glitter Glider Express Limited. The Glitter Glider Express Limited. First off, all of their buses are hover cars. You might think that those are tires, but they're not. It's a hover car. It's ridiculous. It's what they do. And then they're just covered in glitter. Just so much glitter. It's like an arts and crafts explosion on those buses. It's disgusting. Okay, and finally we need to get a new bus line for Cultopia. For what I will randomly call Southern Cultopia, we shall create a new line. We of course have to get it right on this bus line. No, that didn't work. I would love it if I could... Okay, no. Okay, I'll make an entirely new stop if you insist. And this is going to be the Southern Cultopia line that will wind its way through the streets of Southern Cultopia. The newest additions to cultish housing. And it will be just gorgeous. It will connect Northern Cultopia to Southern Cultopia. They'll take the buses all the way out to the Boss Depot Central and then work wherever the heck they work if they don't happen to actually work in Cultopia. If they do work in Cultopia, then that's amazing. I don't even know. That's amazing. Good for you guys. You should really pat yourselves on the back. Make sure you put down the sacrificial knife before you pat yourself on the back. That's been a problem in the past. We don't want to go back there. And we're just going to hook all this up through nice bus lines and then connect it right back up. The Southern Cultopia bus route. No, I don't want that bus depot. Thank you. Okay, now we need to name it and color it because it has to be named and colored. It always has to be named and colored. It's like the best part of creating a bus route because actually planning it out, not the best. What color should we have it? We've already got a red. Why don't we put in like an orange? Because it's like a shade of red. It's close enough. And the bus line will be called South Cultopia Demon Portal Network. Oh, dang it. So close. Demon Portal Net Limited. No, I can't put limited in. Okay. Southern Cultopia Demon Portal Net. Oh, I guess it's just Cultopia Demon Portal Net. That's good enough. Cultopia Demon Portal Net, the bus route of Southern Cultopia. Brilliant. Brilliant. Lots of new bus routes. We're actually revamping public transportation so that it works. Kind of. Good enough. Okay, let's check out Jolly City Central, because I think it's done quite a bit of expansion. Yes, it has. It's pretty much filled up most of the space that we've given it. But we're going to need more because we need commercial. And Whittsville was filling up all the commercial over here, which is now full, and there's more space. Dang it, people, come on. Can't you see that it's all zoned for large-scale commercial? I mean, it wasn't literally, but it was meant to be, and you guys are supposed to read my minds. It's part of what you do, although you're not Cultopia. Those guys actually read my mind, and it's concerning. I'll go in and I'll be like, I want to park there, and I'll turn and there'll just be a park there already. It's disconcerting. They know it too. They're just like, oh yes, you wanted to park here. It's already there. And you're like, no. Why is there a park there? Get rid of the park so that I can tell you to build a park there. I don't like it. And they'll just laugh at you and walk away because they're pricks. Oh, look, a plane. Where's it going? It's green. It's a generic jet plane with 15 out of 200 passengers. And I can name it the Skyway. It's the Skyway Highway Limited Inc. Enter. There is an entire business actually run off of that large passenger jet, which is just the Skyway Highway Limited Inc. That's it. It's not the most sustainable business, given that you just have to have so much jet fuel for it, but we subsidize it with some of our couple $1 million worth of money we have, which is ridiculous. I still don't know. How is Mr. Triangle Land doing? This is a good question. The Triangle Land is fine. It is, however, not a district, which is very important. We're going to make it a district right now. We just got a lot of things to do that aren't really building the city, just like sustaining it right now. And this is one of the most important. Every place that should be a district needs to be a district. And this will be the northern Triforce, as it is the upper part of the three Triforces. When Ganondorf does come back to create his Dark Kingdom, he will have to contend with the people of Vinralandia and claim the Northern Triforce for himself. I think he's going to find the people of Cultopia and Vinralandia in general, really, to be rather ridiculous. Hopefully that will deter him from his evil plans, and we can save the world that way. You'd think, oh, you're just building a city, you can't save the world, but it's not true, we can do it. If we just believe in ourselves, we can do whatever we want to. Outside of, like, getting rid of the cult, or any of the Batmen, or getting Branburg and Whittsville to finally work together, or getting Jolly City Central to stop addicting people to Jolly Pills! It's not a sustainable enterprise, Jolly City Central. Why are you doing this? You're trying to unify us, but you're doing it through drug crazes. I guess that's actually... it's not the best, but it's also debatably not the worst way to bring everyone together. I would say probably full totalitarian dictatorship is the worst way to bring people together. And then close second is the whole drug trade thing. It's pretty bad. We're trying to talk to Jolly City Central, okay? We're trying very hard, but they're not particularly responsive given the number of pills they have taken recently. So we're just going to need to, work through it slowly and efficiently. Okay. Jolly City Central is almost half full, which is ridiculous. They've built up very quickly. I've annoyed them about the rate at which they're building, but it's actually pretty good. It's impressive, I've got to say. They're doing a good job! Bat Town is still running. The Knick-Knack Emporium of Magic is not interfering with the highway, which is always the best thing. They can have all the traffic they want to inside of itself, but once it gets out onto the highway, that's it. I can't take it. It's over. And I think we've had a lot of dings off of the back of the bus routes, although I don't really know where they would be. What in the heck are these buildings that look disgusting? They're very Whittsvillian, though. Let's get a closer look. Look at these things. What in the heck kind of design is this? It's just garish, like neon colors in just a square with a couple chunks cut out. What are you doing, Whittsville? I guess it really does work with who they are, though. So I've got to give them props on that. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we won't be putting down bus routes the entire time, probably. We might put down one, because I think Neo Marketopia needs another. And I forgot about it. And maybe the Northern Triforce too. And eventually Jolly City Central. In other words, there's going to be a lot more bus routes. And the next 27 episodes is going to be just filled with making the most efficient bus routes. It's all a lie. Okay, but yeah, until then, gaze at the beauty that is Vinralandia outside of like all the not so beautiful parts like this entire section. And some of this section. And this section down here. Okay, just look at Vinralandia just in general, and that'll work out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.